Here we are, baby. All gas, no brakes. 9 to hot boys, baby. And we reppin' like the 80s. Let's go. Santana. Touchdown, Depot in the slot. This is my end zone. Give me everything you got. Defense, hit him with that Cosa Nostra. Quan Alexander, this dance, Nick Bosa. 49er Empire, 49er Empire. This is for the fan base, die hard, set by. Stand up, phone knives to the heart. Gate E, Paul Lord back in Candlestick Park. Levi, CI, represent knee-high. Gold-blooded since the embryo, yeah, I'll be Lehigh. D4, the mayhem, sweets and some vino. Sideline hustle, big homie Alvarino. Feel no pressure if they really want to tangle. Ask Icky Shuffle about lock hunting bangles.
What's going on, Niner faithful? It is your boy, Niner Sickness, coming to you live. What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys having a good time. Today's Saturday. It is Saturday, and we are live here on the Niner Sickness podcast here on YouTube. Just trying to welcome all our subscribers to the show. Appreciate each and every one of you. We have been giving away free jerseys. To all the Niners faithful that follow us faithful on the Niners Sickness show on Facebook, and we wanted to extend that to YouTube. We've been giving away jerseys for free, custom-made jerseys away just to the faithful, just for being supportive of the channel. What's up, Thomas Jones Sr.? How you doing, brother? Yeah, man. So it's we just wanted to extend an olive branch to YouTube. We've been going live a lot on Facebook on my page, but we want to continue to build our YouTube channel. So we're coming live, and I just want you to share this video, subscribe to the channel, like it, and hit the notification bell so each and every time we go live on YouTube, you would be notified of us going live. So we're going to start trying to do more shows on YouTube. So if you're like the rest of us that love to hear about our 49ers, you want to hear about what's going on with John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, the situation that happened to Deebo Samuel, how long is he going to be out, Richie James, we are here to bring you all that information to you. And we're also here to entertain you, me and my boys. Usually when we have a show, we're here to entertain you, give you facts, and just have a great time with you all, the Niner faithful. And we love to give away jerseys. Happy Father's Day as well, brother. Happy early Father's Day. Father's Day is tomorrow. For all you fathers, happy early Father's Day. And to all the single women, all the single moms, I should say, happy Father's Day to you as well. So I'm not going to be long. I just wanted to come on in real quick, invite you to like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and to follow us here on YouTube. We're trying to build our YouTube channel, and we come on here, man, and we just love to give away jerseys. We love taking care of the faithful. This is a show that loves to give, man. So if you love to receive, this is the show for you to follow. So again, share the video, subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time we go live. What's up, Nathaniel Boston Hater? How you doing, brother? Welcome. So again, do us a favor. We give away free jerseys. We entertain you with content. All we ask in return is that you share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time we go live. And we love, yes, sir, good vibes all the time, man. So if you want to have fun, you want to enjoy, there's 4 of us in the panel. We don't always agree with one another, but we'll tell you the truth to our own beliefs, and we'll just continue to bring you content, man. So anyway, I'm just trying to build up the channel. We've been going live lately a lot on Facebook. I'm trying to get the YouTube going. So please share this video. Let's get a bunch of followers. If we can get 500 followers, 500, we will give away something big at the 500 mark. So invite. Let's see here. What's up, Nate? What's up, Danger? Anyway, I'm not going to take too much of your time. I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about John Lynch and remind everybody to follow us on Facebook. I know a lot of you guys have questions on why John Lynch hasn't been signed to an extension like Kyle Shanahan. A lot of you guys think that they're going to let go of John Lynch. A lot of you guys think that Niners are giving more control to Shanahan. All that is further from the truth. Truthfully, I believe that I've been reading an article by Matt Miyoko, a beat writer for the 49ers, and he said that when John Lynch got hired, because he worked for a lucrative TV as an announcer, he was making good money. In order for the Niners to bring him into the fold, into the organization, they had to give him a big contract. So he was actually making more money than Kyle Shanahan. He is one of the, I think, one of the highest paid, not the highest, but up there with the general managers out there being paid. And the reason why they raised and extended Shanahan's contract is because of the coach, and I forgot his name, but the coach of the Bengals. The Bengals coach was making more money than Shanahan. And the Niners were not going to have that. So they went ahead and extended his contract, making one of the highest paid coaches. Let me tell you, that does not mean anything to John Lynch is on the contract for 3 more years. As he continues to do what he does, as he continues to bring in players through the draft and free agency, as he continues to build the Niners organization and roster, they will come. I believe next year the contracts for the general manager of the Seahawks and the general manager of I forgot what other team, they're going to get some money. So I'm thinking the Niners are waiting to see where that what ballpark that falls in, so they can go ahead and restructure or extend John Lynch's contract. So for all the Niner fans that are concerned or worried about John Lynch, he's not going anywhere. I haven't seen a general manager and head coach tied to the hip. They get along very well, as much as I've seen John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. Those two guys are made for each other, man. They understand each other. They're both humble. Nobody's trying to get over on the other. Their communication is great, and if they do have bad communication, they hide it very well. So, Niner faithful, John Lynch ain't going anywhere. Guarantee you, if it ain't this year, next year, John Lynch will get extended, and he will have the same amount of years that, or he'll finish the contract with Kyle Shanahan. I don't see Lynch going anywhere. Nathaniel says he's still a top-paid GM. Yes, he is. Shanahan was a bottom 10 of. Yes, I agree with you. That's what I was talking about, Nathaniel. A lot of people don't understand that. John Lynch got hired as a top-paid GM, and so they had to lift up Shanahan pay rate compared to other coaches out there. But John Lynch is in a good position right now. John Lynch is probably not even worried about it. We, the fans, we get dramatic, and it's our job to speculate. It's our job to get all crazy and what's going on with John Lynch? Why is Kyle Shanahan getting a raise and not John Lynch? Didn't we bring them together? That's all the media and that's all the fan base. The Niners organization, they know what they're doing. Jed York speaks to general manager John Lynch and to head coach Kyle Shanahan. They know what's going on. They have, just like what they're doing with the team, they have a plan, brick by brick. They know what they're doing. They're executing their game plan, and they're going to continue to follow that game plan. It may not fit what we want sometimes, but they know what they're doing. They're not worried about it. John Lynch is more concerned about what he's going to do for the replacement of Deebo Samuel and Richie James. He's not concerned about the contract. He knows he's taken care of. He will deal with that later. John Lynch has more present issues to deal with before the start of the 2020 season. He's not concerned about his contract. He's making good money. I guarantee that. Nathaniel says, I am not worried about it. Cheerleaders get excited. Yes, they do. And there's nothing wrong about getting excited as a fan base. There's nothing wrong with discussing this on a show and what if John Lynch leaves? What if he doesn't? That's all just for show purposes. But the Niners organization, they have a plan. They're executing that plan. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're doing what they need to do to continue to be a championship team. John Lynch, ladies and gentlemen, is not concerned that Kyle Shanahan got an extension. He's not concerned. I don't see that being his character. John Lynch's character is not like, wow, wait a minute. You extended him, but not me. He's not even worried. They've already spoken to them. They know where they stand. They know the value they bring to the team, and the team knows how valuable they are to them. So Niner faithful, relax, chill. John Lynch isn't going anywhere. He's an excellent GM for a first-time GM. Plus, the chemistry between John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan is superb. I haven't seen no better chemistry in a while. It reminds me a lot of Eddie DeBartolo and Carmen Policy. And we know how many Super Bowls they got together. So I'm not saying that they are exactly like them. And then they have Bill Walsh. So I think we have a good owner in Jed York that has learned and is growing. We have a great GM in John Lynch, and we have an excellent, smart head coach in Kyle Shanahan. I am wondering about the trade rumors with the Jets. If you're referring to Adams, the safety, I know that again, the trade speculations is a lot to do for the pub. I mean, the beat writers have to write something. The guys that talk on those shows, they got to talk about something. So they're always going to blow everything out of proportion. Always. Oh, the Niners, he wants to go to the Niners. The Niners are going to trade for him. The Niners have more present concern. Safety is not a concern for the Niners right now. Believe it or not, Jimmy Ward is one of the top 5 safeties, if not top 10 safeties right now from last season. Yes, he has injury concerns, but I'm comfortable with what we have in Jimmy Ward. I'm comfortable with Tart. Could we get better? Yes. I would like to see what Moore does. But that said, meaning our present issue is not safety. It's signing George Kittle. That's our present concern. Bringing George Kittle and signing him to an extension. Priority number 1 when it comes to players. Safety will be taken care of. There's just no way the Niners can afford to pay him, the safety coming in from the Jets, and George Kittle. It'll be a disrespect and a disservice to bring someone from the Jets over, sign him first, and not sign your positive tight end that has been with you from day one, who has earned every penny he wants. Now, again, they're not going to give him – they're going to give him what he's worth, not necessarily what he wants. But I really believe that they're going to come to an agreement and he will sign before the season starts. Right now with the COVID-19, with the late no preseason games, most likely the late start of OTAs or training camp, I should say, there's no hurry to sign him. He will get signed, in my opinion. Like Nathaniel says, just relax. Relax, man. John Lynch ain't going anywhere. George Kittle ain't going anywhere. for the present moment. We have more present issues right now at receiver, trying to figure out who our receivers are going to be, trying to figure out should we bring a free agent to come in, or should we go with Kendrick Bourne, Jalen Hurd, Trent Taylor, Benjamin, and I'm missing, and then Dante Pettis. How comfortable are you guys going in with the receivers that we have? Remember, we lost Emmanuel Sanders to the Saints. But we were comfortable that Deebo Samuel was at least our number one receiver going into 2020. Now he's going to miss a week or two, or maybe more. That's a more present issue than trying to bring a safety. Yeah, I don't think we're going to bring in a safety. Who is in their right mind pays a 13 to 15 million for a block safety? No, yeah, that is just too much money. Again, we're not hurting it. I mean, yes, he's an upgrade to what we have, but our secondary was pretty good, if not the best secondary last year. Look at the stats. So our present concern is not safety; it's more getting Kittle signed and trying to figure out what we're going to do with our receiving core. Who's going to be the starter? And when I mean by starter, I don't mean like an actual starter number one, but who's going to be in the lineup week one against the Arizona Cardinals? Is it going to be Dante Pettis and Brandon Ayuk? Is it going to be Kendrick Bourne and Brandon Ayuk, or is it going to be Kendrick Bourne, Dante Pettis? Is it going to be Jalen Hurd? Who is it now? Now that we lost Deebo Samuel and Richard James, is it possible that Jonah Jennings, the number 7 round pick from Tennessee, does he get the opportunity to make the roster because of the injury? Depending on how he does. And what we like to call practice. Thomas says Kittle will be a Niner, 19.5 for 6. Ooh. Oh man, I don't know, man. I can't. I hear what you're saying. But for 19.5, that's a lot of money. I mean, granted, again, we can't look at this emotionally. We have to look at it from the business standpoint. You got John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan have to separate their emotions from their mind and decision making. They know Kittle's good. They know Kittle's top 5, if not the best tight end in the NFL. And they respect him as such. But the Niners are not going to put the organization in jeopardy by giving one man 19.5 or 20 mil per year. I think they don't even go beyond. I don't think they go above 17, to be honest with you. I think 17 is the ceiling. Maybe 18, but 17. And I think if Kittle gets 17, he will break the barrier of the highest paid tight end in the NFL. So they're going to pay him for what he's worth. But 19.5, Tom, is he can play somewhere else for that. And I'd rather get don't get me wrong, I love Kittle. I don't want to see Kittle in no other uniform. But I don't want the Niners to mortgage the future either in one player. I don't. I'd rather have 3 or 4 blue-collar workers that do their job than just one guy taking all that money, in my opinion. Nathaniel says, Thomas, for 19 points, there you go. Per season, I hope he plays. He's playing elsewhere, so we're in agreement. Me and the Boston hater. Nate, why is that? I think for the same. I'm not going to put words into Nate, but for the same words that I just spoke, as good as he is, I don't think Nate agrees that the Niners should put themselves in jeopardy and mortgaging the future in one player. Well, here's his response. Nathaniel says, if you pay him that much, say goodbye to your left tackle, slot corner, left corner, and maybe a few others. Absolutely. You got to think about who's coming up as well. You got not Solomon Thomas, excuse me. You got Nick Bosa in a year or two. And he's the kind of, if he continues to play the way he's playing, he's the type of guy that you want to work on as well. You have Fred Warner coming up. If Trent Williams works out perfectly for us, that's somebody you got to consider as well. Mike McClinchy is another one that if he continues to trend upward, he's another one you got to consider in signing. So there's multiple players. And one thing I like about John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan and what they have shown me so far is that they are not willing to jeopardize or mortgage the future on one player. If we have learned anything, and I'm not comparing DeForest Buckner to George Kittle, but DeForest Buckner was a top 5, if not top 3, defensive tackle in the NFL. Probably right behind Aaron Donald. And still, they traded him to the Colts because they were not going to give what Buckner wanted. I'm not saying that what he didn't deserve. They were just not willing to pay him what he wanted. The Niners have a structure of what they believe players should get paid based on their position. And they're not going to compromise that for a player just because they're carrying a good last name and they're good. They're not going to allow their emotions to interfere with their business decisions, in my opinion. So they're going to do everything they can to keep Kittle. Just like the year before last year in 2018, they tried to sign DeForest Buckner. They didn't want to get rid of him. They offered him a contract extension. He refused it because he wanted more money. The Niners said, okay. And he was shipped to the Colts, and they signed Eric Armstead instead. I guarantee you, if we would have signed DeForest Buckner in 2018, most likely Eric Armstead would not have been on the team. Let's see here. Thomas says, true, I just put a number out there. I hear you, but that's an expensive number. 17 million is pushing at the limits. The highest paid tight end has ever made is 13 million. Yeah, even Kelsey is at 9 million, I believe, right now. Travis Kelsey is at 9 million. I think 17. 17's up there as well, but I think 17, if they do pay him, I'm okay with it. But if you start getting into the 1920s, it's just too much for George Kittle. Is he replaceable? Everyone is. Everybody can be replaced. But would it hurt us? If he does get traded, we'll feel it. But in the long run, it's better for the team. Again, what happens is we fall in love with a player. We want to play a certain player, and we allow our emotions to be tied down to a certain player. And we can't do that. Or we shouldn't do it. We need to have perspective that it's a business first and entertainment second. Now, for the fans, it's entertainment first and only entertainment. Because we enjoy our players, we enjoy the touchdowns, we enjoy the interception, we enjoy all that. But an owner, an organization, it's business first, then entertainment second. And they're always going to handle the business side of it first. What is best for the team in the long run? 12.6 is the highest ever. And wasn't that who made that? Wasn't that Shannon Sharp that made that at one time, if I'm not mistaken? Or was that Gronk? Thomas says, looking at the numbers for the next 4 years, we could pay George $15 million and still have money to keep the main core. I cut off. Let me go down here. And still have money to draft and keep building. Yeah, so that's why the Niners have to put a guideline of how much they can give a player based on their position. And even though Kittle does a lot, and even though Kittle blocks and receives, and he does a lot, he is still a tight end. I know it sucks, but he's a tight end. If he was a receiver, it would be a different story. But at the end of the day, as good as he is, he's still in the position of tight ends. And you can't get too crazy with that money for that position. I'm not saying he's not worth it. I just don't see them paying it. I'm a Niner fan first. No player is above that. I like $15 million. I agree. We are, Niners first. It's just like when Joe Montana was traded to the Chiefs back in the 90s. A lot of people left the Niners and became Chiefs fans. I'm like, listen, I love me Joe Montana. I loved me Jerry Rice, Roger Craig, Ronnie Lott, Steve Young. As long as, and I will always love them for what they did for the organization and helping win championships. But once they moved on to another team, I wish them well, them individually, not their team, but I wish them well individually, success. But I will never leave the Niners organization based on a player. And a lot of Niner fans that I knew became Chiefs fans because they felt that the Niners should have not let Joe Montana go. Steve Young was in his prime. Steve Young needed to play. Steve Young needed to start, and he took us to another Super Bowl and won it. I don't know if we would have won it with Joe Montana. He could have, maybe. But Coach Seifert did the right thing by letting him go and keeping Steve Young. It is what it is, man. Anything above $15 million, I'm at least looking at other options. There was a trade scenario that you mentioned to me, Nate, one time. You said something about bringing in another tight end, trading for another tight end, and sending George Kittle to them. Do you remember what that was? Nate, remember you mentioned to me a few days ago or a few weeks ago? Curious if you remember what that was. Yeah, true, but he brings a lot to the team. He does. I think he keeps the team hungry. But now listen to this, Thomas, and all the people that are watching. So let's say we pay George Kittle $20 million per year. We give in. We give in and we give him the $20 million per year, or 19.5. Then we can't sign Trent Williams the following year, so we lose a left tackle that protects Jimmy G. Maybe we can't sign McClinchy, or we can't sign Fred Warner, and he gets traded. What can one man, as good as Kittle is, as good as he is, and he's hella good tight end, you can't win football games with just one or two key players. You need all 11 players on each side of the ball to participate and be good. Yes, it's nice to have a rock star like Kittle. It's nice to have a rock star like and the Kansas City, they're going to find out. I guarantee you, the Kansas City, once they pay their quarterback all that money he's gonna require, say bye-bye to Kelsey. Kelsey will not be re-signed with I guarantee you, Kelsey will not be with the Chiefs after they sign their quarterback. They just can't afford it. That team will begin to be dismantled after their quarterback. And they got to pay their quarterback. They got to pay Patrick Mahomes. They can't let him go. They got to pay Patrick Mahomes, but they're going to have to start rebuilding around him because they're going to lose a lot of key players because that contract's going to be very lucrative. It's going to be big. One of the biggest contracts we have seen in our era. I guarantee that. If Kittle can play left tackle, slot corner, and left corner, give him 20. Absolutely, 100%. He's a great blocker, great attitude on the field, brings that spark. But you're right, he can't play left tackle. He'll get demolished. He can't be a slot corner. And I'm right. And then Kay Williams. A lot of you guys, I don't know if you guys are comfortable with Kay Williams, but I love that kid. Kay Williams is more valuable to me than Jimmy Ward is, by far. I can even say that K1 Williams is more valuable than Richard Sherman at this point. And he's going to want to get paid. K.Y. Williams is going to want to get paid, and he deservedly deserves to get paid. Can you do that if you sign Kittle to 20 or 19 or even 18? Those are the things we need to consider when we think about the future of the San Francisco 49ers and how many Super Bowls do we want to win. Correction, $10.6 million is the most a tight end ever received in a single season. Hunter Henry. Okay. Got you. 11 million would really be great. No, I believe you're the one that said, I think 15 is reasonable. 15. Okay, let's even say 16. Let's say we push the envelope and we give Kittle 16 million. We may not like it. Nathaniel may not like it, but I think Nathaniel can, if they give him 16, he can be like, you know what? 15 would have been better. But all right, 16, that's fine. But I think 17, 18 is just way too high for him. I will not, it's just too high for him, even with the value. I would not hesitate at 15. I agree. 15 million it's a good point. Even like I said, even if worst case scenario 15.5, 16 million per year, I'd rather do 15, obviously, but even 16, I can see that happening. But 17, 18, for me personally, that's pushing it, man. That is really, really pushing it. But we'll have to wait and see. But I have faith in John Lynch, and I have faith in Kyle Shanahan that they will make the right decision for the organization going forward. Anything more, I'm at least looking at other options before, and I believe they are. The Niners are doing their due diligence. And looking. They're looking already. They're looking at other prospects. They're looking at possible trades. They're looking at who they can bring in. They got to do their diligence. They got to make sure they cover themselves in case George Kittle walks. When I mean by walk, either getting traded. But you know what I mean? So if he's gone from the team, the Niners want to make sure they don't get left with an empty plate. They did the due diligence with DeForest Buckner. You think that situation that happened with the Colts just happened? They were dealing with them priorly. They were dealing with other teams. There was probably other teams that were bidding. They wanted to trade for DeForest Buckner, but the Colts were able to give up the number 1 draft pick, and the Niners felt that was the best value in return for DeForest Buckner, was a 13 overall in the 2019 draft. Detroit Lions. Yeah, that's right. T.J. Henderson and a first-round pick for Kittle. Now, I know a lot of Niner fans. Let's just say for worst case scenario, argument's sake, that the Niners traded with the Lions, George Kittle for T.J. Hawkinson. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right, and a first-round pick. T.J. is not the tight end that George Kittle is. He's decent, but he's not all pro as Kittle. But we get a servable tight end to come in under Kyle Shanahan's offense, and we get a first round that we can use to either bring another tight end or bring a corner or bring another position that may help us going forward. I know a lot of Niner fans will not like that idea, but if we're going to lose them anyway, why not get something in return like we did with Kittle, in my opinion? Can we restructure his contract after we sign him to a big contract? It's kind of hard, Thomas, because a lot of that contract is going to be how much money are they going to give him up front? What is this guarantee money he's going to get? All that gets pretty crazy. I don't think Parag is going to sign him to a big contract just to restructure it. I think they're trying to work out all the kinks now. So whatever contract they present to the agent of George Kittle is something that they both can agree on. And that's just my opinion. Bud didn't want to restructure his contract. Well, it was never restructured. Someone like K1 Alexander will be someone you want to restructure their contract. Someone like Buckner, he was playing on a rookie contract that was going to get more money, so that's called they're going to extend his money. And they can extend George Kittle because George Kittle is playing in the minimum as a rookie, so they can't restructure him because he's already making peanuts. George Kittle's not making a lot of money right now, so to restructure his contract is crazy. They have to extend him to a bigger contract. So someone like Alexander, now him, because he got so much money when he came in as a free agent, he's someone, and I believe he did that last year. Those are the type of players they could restructure because they're already making a certain amount and they're going down. Kittle and Buckner, they don't want to go down, they want to go up, making more money. So I just don't see that. I hope that's kind of clear on your question there, Thomas. Henderson ceiling is high. A lot of potential, especially in Kyle Shanahan's system. Especially how kind of the way he uses tight ends. But hopefully that won't be the case. Hopefully George Kittle takes $15 million, and we move on with the best tight end in football for years to come. But a first round and a potential good tight end in TJ is not a bad option if we have to go that road. But only time will tell. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to be on it forever. I just wanted to just talk a little bit of football. And so thank you for watching. Again, I want to just stress enough that please share the video. Let your friends and family know that the Niner Sickness Podcast wants to build their YouTube channel. We do a lot of giveaways. We've been giving away jerseys, custom jerseys. And this is a place you have the opportunity to win a free jersey. All we ask in return is that you be kind enough to follow us on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time we go live. Follow us on Facebook under Niner Sickness, our page, and under Niners with Attitude in our group so that you are always alerted when we go live, whether it's on Facebook or on YouTube. You are set. So whatever platform we decide to go live on, you will be notified because you're following us in every platform we have. And we appreciate each and every one of you for being faithful viewers of the Niner Sickness Podcast. Last comment I'll read, and then I'll go ahead and shut it down. Yeah, I understand now. Sometimes I get confused about the way two contracts are handled because strengthening me out, maybe it gets cut off. Strengthening me out, and that's what we're here for. We're not here to we're trying to help our faithful fans. A lot of times, like Nathaniel, he is more um, knowledgeable than I am in contracts, and so a lot of times I go to him and he answers questions for me. There's nothing wrong not knowing enough. That's why we're a family. We take care of each other, and here we get all the information we want. Now you learned something new today, Thomas, and that's what we're here for, to bring you content, to hopefully educate you on some areas that you may not be familiar with, and then also bring you entertainment. There'll be times when I come on here with Nathaniel or Mike, Florida Mike, and we don't agree with one another, and we'll probably go back at each other's. We'll probably argue back and forth because we don't agree on a certain objective. But at the end of the day, we're all family. We all have fun and we enjoy each other. So with that said, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of the Niners Sickness Podcast. Again, share the video, subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell so you will be notified each and every time. Follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and all under Niners Sickness. All right, guys. Niners Sickness is out. Nathaniel, once again, thank you for being here and helping me out through the comments. Thomas, thank you for your wonderful questions. You are awesome, brother. And bang, bang, Niner gang. That's what I'm talking about. I am out.
So down the middle, 1-0 Jimmy Cheesy. All hail, this is that franchise revive. Panoramic view, tailgates, flood Levi. Orderly, coming for their quarterback supper. Grizzly, Gorilla, T-Rex, Deep Buckner. Breeder, the cheetah, sideline Gonzo. Waving at the competition, end zone pronto. We the 49ers, till we Golden Gate reppin'. Sherman with the pick six, quick two-steppin'. O-line, whole time, eating at the goal line. Use check, looking like he bore none, cosign. George Kittle down the middle, straight baller. Frontline McGlinchey, that's a mauler. Tailgate, Empire, forefathers. Niner since birth, that's my son and my daughter. Hot boys, not a hot boys, baby. Empire, we reppin' like the 80s. Boys, not a hot boys, baby. Empire, we reppin' like the 80s.